Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and I'm here with my final tutorial video for my pattern temperature stitches. So we're going to do December's section now, which is an octagonal eyelet. So we already did one eyelet up here, the diamond eyelet, and you can, it's hard to see when you're not, in real light, you can kind of see there is a nice hole there. So we're going to do that again down here. And I thought it would be kind of fun to have that for December, look a little bit like snowflakes. Or if you're in Australia, it could look like flowers, I suppose. But this one, the days 1 and 2, and then the first 2 days in the second row are all the same color. So I'll go ahead and do at least 2 of these for you and maybe a few more. So I'm gonna start at the bottom of my stitch, bottom right, and then work my way around. Because again, like we need to think ahead. With an eyelet, you want your final leg of your stitch to pull away from the stitch so that you can make sure the hole stays open. So I want to, in my starburst shape, I want the final legs to be here. So when I go in the center, and then I'll pull away to go to my next stitch on the right. So I'm going to start on the bottom right of my stitch and work my way around, I guess, counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over, and we're going to go down 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these border things, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitch widths or 12 fabric threads. So I'm going to start on the outside. And we're going to jump into the middle, just like the other one. Jump into the swimming pool. Up 2 stitches, over 1, or up 4 fabric threads, and over 2. Then we're going to come back down to the outside. There's not a lot of legs. This one's a little more spindly than the diamond one was that went over every fabric thread. This one's going to kind of jump every other fabric thread. So it's a little more open, and every leg we can tug a little bit to make that eyelet start to open up. And since it's now, we're going to do the other side. Keep each leg. Gotta make sure I'm in the center here. Tug each leg as you get to, especially when you come back out to the center, tug a little bit. See, it's kind of opening up each time. We're going to go up to the top. There'll be 3 legs on each side, and it's octagonal because, like, essentially this is another side if you were to do the 8 sides, 2, 3, 4, and then the diagonals. It will look like an octagon. I could make this thicker and do each leg, but I thought that might be a little bit too much. We'll see. I like how this looks. You can kind of see it's opening up there. It's the size of a eyelet. You would end up, if we were to go every single leg, it would be quite a lot of legs of stitches. So here's the last one. We're jumping into the swimming pool. We're going to tug. We want to make sure this this fabric thread comes this way and not this way. If it's going this way, it'll cover your hole and all your work will be for nothing. I'm going to make sure it's tugging away from the hole so you can see it. Oh, that's perfect. You can see it right there. So I think it's fine to keep it this way, especially since, you know, a lot of people will have, it might look like snowflakes here in December, so, or flowers or something. If it's too dense, I think it'd be a little bit more than we want to tackle in one day. It's got quite a few up there, but I think this is a nice one. So we're going to keep going with that. If you want to do more legs, you can. And then in between here, you could do a leg there, you know, a leg there on the diagonal, and all of that if you would like. All right, I test stitched about half of a eyelet in a thicker, where I had a leg in between each of these, and I didn't really like it. It was a little bit too crowded, and so then the legs weren't laying as nicely, and we got just perfect eyelet over here, and I think that's nice. This one would be a little bit too much to do it twice as many legs, so I'm going to stick with it as I originally charted it, and I think it'll be helpful for the most people at being a neat eyelet. So we'll continue around this second eyelet. Remember to tug a little bit each time. The more you tug, the more that center hole will open up. But you don't need to yank on it unless you really want a big hole, but just a little tug is nice. And as you work your way around, it'll get bigger and bigger with each little tug. Definitely see that, which is really cool. All right, now I started this one on the bottom on purpose because my next one in this color is actually down here. So now I can pull my thread back and I'll go over here. So let's just double check. Yeah, the one over here is another color. So I'm going to head down, and then this one, these two are both this color actually. So I'm going to start at the bottom left and work my way, you know, this way, and then I'll head that way. So it's down 4 over 3 from the bottom of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And I'll just double check this. This one should line up with the edge of this one, and it's lining up hopefully, yeah, with a point of the border. So that's nice. We'll go up 2 stitches over 1 to get to the center. And I'm going to work my way around the other direction so that when I end up, I'll be heading that way. It'll end up looking the same. You just want to make sure you're not blocking your hole once you're done with it, because you want to make sure those holes stay nice and visible when you're done. So it looks like an eyelet. Holes are starting to open up. Just give it a little tug after every leg. Tug, tug. Jump in the swimming pool. Tug, tug. Jump in the swimming pool. And you make yourself an eyelet. So now I'll jump in and pull away to my next one over on the left. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one should up with that one, and it does. This is going to go into the center, so 1, 2, and over 1. I'll go this way this time. I don't have another one right next to it, I don't think. I think this, yeah. I'll be stopping here. So it doesn't really matter which direction I go. I just have to remember when I'm signing off that, or not signing off, but tying off, that I make sure to keep that hole open. Give it a little tug, jump in the swimming pool. Yay, those turned out really nice. So I'll make sure when I don't want to have it covering my hole, I want to make sure it's coming away from my hole when I find some. I'll maybe go over to this one to kind of, I don't want my legs to cover any other holes either. Just get a little creative there to tie that off. All right, so there is the octagonal eyelet for the month of December. I hope you enjoyed this series and enjoy the temperature stitches pattern. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy stitching!